up guys, my name is something like it's not your PC and it probably isn't your internet either. If you're confused with why this is happening, it's most likely because of bitrate and purely bitrate. What do I mean? Well, if I pull across OBS here, head across to settings, output, recording, you can see that I'm currently recording at 60,000 kilobits per second, which is 60 megabits per second. Googling for a bit of math, 60 megabits per second for 60 seconds gives me about 450 megs. Recording at this bitrate leaves me at about 4.5 gigs for super high motion video recording. Now, of course, when I'm recording my screen, I could record for a hell of a long time and it gets nowhere near that big. It all depends on how much action there is. And that's probably what's happening with your recording. Because I'm recording at 60 megabits and my screen is completely still, there's basically no data being added. However, if this cap is really low and there's a ton of information and data trying action there is. And that's probably what's happening with your recording. Because I'm recording at 60 megabits and my screen is completely still, there's basically no data being added. However, if this cap is really low, and there's a ton of information. 60 megabytes. If this and there's a ton of information. 60 megabytes. If to be added, it all gets compressed down and turned into this blocky mess that you probably saw at the beginning of this video. And if yours looks anything like that, I'd highly recommend changing your bitrate. Now, of course, if you're recording, you could have this as high as you want and as high as your hard disk could handle, and you'd only start getting diminishing returns after, say, probably 60 megabits per second or something like that. I record at 2K, and this seems to be a really good bitrate for that resolution. However, at 1080p, you'd probably only record at, say, 40 megabits per second, which is 40,000 kilobits per second. But if you're still experiencing blocks, then make sure to change your bitrate up. Now, of course, I'm using the NVENC encoder, so it uses my graphics card and not my CPU, but you will have this option over here, the preset. For me, it's low latency quality, but for having your graphics card working on encoding the video, these settings don't really matter. You can go ahead and do the research yourself, but usually performance or low latency performance quality sort of does the best. I wouldn't say max quality because that may put on some extra strain where it's not really necessary. If you're recording using the H.264, i.e. your CPU,